Welcome to Google Ads Unleashed, the podcast that helps you harness the power of Google Ads. And now your host, Jeremy Young.
Hello and welcome back to Google Ads Unleashed, guys. Hope everyone is doing fabulously this Monday. Have you ever had an emergency in your household? For instance, your toilet is leaking, or you need an urgent handyman because your stairs broke or something like that. You need a joiner or a carpenter, and you popped in something like a plumber nearby, right, into your Google search ads. Well, a lot of people maybe would go to something like Check a Trade or something, rightfully so. But did you know that Google actually has this feature to a certain degree, and this is called local services ads? This episode is for everyone who really has always wondered, how can I very easily and low threshold maybe help some clients or help my friends or something like that grow their local business? And Google has a solution for this, because what Google has realized over time is that although it can work for quite a few services, such as, I don't know, for instance, lawyers, or even for the ones that I'm going to mention, that you just use pay-per-click and send people to a landing page and make them convert on a form or make them call in or something like that. It could be regarded as a bit of an over-engineered solution for what people need. Because when someone needs some kind of local service, more than likely, all they want to do is just pick up the phone quickly to someone, give them have a chat, or leave a quick inquiry and have someone get back as soon as possible. And for that, Google has invented something that really not a lot of people use or know about, called local services ads. What is it, who is it for, and what does it do? So basically, local services ads are like little search ads that appear at the top of Google when someone looks for a local service. And this could be from real estate agents, it could be carpenters and joiners, it could be pressure washing companies, it could be plumbers or heating engineers, all that sort of stuff that you would probably search for more ad hoc and don't really need to be educated on with a ton of information. Solicitors even, right? And it's also, these ads are for verified local service businesses only. So you would have to have a Google My Business account, right? And ideally quite a few reviews on there already. If you only have 2 or 3 reviews, I mean, you could give this a try. But I would highly encourage you to collect dozens and dozens of good reviews already before you actually go ahead with this. And also, I would also recommend that you check first that it is available in your area, because this is not available everywhere yet. And even when it is available, it sometimes isn't available for the niche that you want to advertise in. So I've had instances where I wanted to set this up for real estate brokers and it was just not available in their postcode. Okay? So this is what this episode is for, and of course if you're a practitioner, you can expand your portfolio, or at least your knowledge that these actually exist. And what is the difference between that and PPC? So as the name implies, PPC is a pay-per-click model, so you pay per click as the name implies, and then of course, or yada yada yada, all the same spiel that we know. You generate clicks, people leave an inquiry on your website, etc., etc. Send back, fire back conversions. The difference between local services ads and traditional PPC ads is that it is a pay-per-lead model, right? So instead of actually saying, listen, I am willing to pay £1 a click or something like that, you actually say, hey, here's my budget, Google, and either I want pay that much per lead, basically, so target CPL, or usually maximize leads is the best strategy to start off with, and you tell Google, get me as many leads as possible with the budget that I have available. And you then pay per lead, so you don't pay per an inquiry or something like that, or conversion or whatever, but rather for a verified lead. So you get either messages, right, through that directly through Google, to your inbox and into your inbox within the leads platform, and you can then actually say this is bullshit or this is actually a really good lead. And if you mark it as a good lead, then this gets sent back to Google, and that is what you then pay for per lead. Okay. And the same goes for phone calls. So you get calls to a Google forwarder number through those local services ads. So that's a very specific phone number specific to that ad. So if people ring that telephone number, then it means that they've only kind of come from that ad, and those calls are recorded from Google, and you can then decide if it was a tire kicker or if it was basically available as well, right? Or whether it was a good lead. And it may make you wonder, how the hell do I optimize this if I don't actually see the search terms, if I can't set bid strategies or whatnot? You optimize this through a couple of ways, right? So once you've set it all up, which I'm going to let you know now how you get started, you actually optimize this by either setting target cost per leads, right, over time, when you actually know how much a lead is worth to you, and then you can actually tell Google, hey, limited to those people that I get this sort of target cost per lead. You do this by adding reviews and constantly keep adding reviews. The more reviews you have, the more trustworthy you are, the more you will be played out by Google, and the more likely people will inquire with you. You also do this by accepting and improving leads, because Google wants to ultimately make money. So if they send you leads and you constantly keep declining them for whatever reason that is, okay, so for instance, tire kicker here, and so on, but maybe you're just not asked to follow up with the leads properly. You don't want to hustle for your leads. Well, Google over time will then realize, hey, I keep sending this guy leads and he's constantly saying they're no good. Well, I'm going to start actually sending them to advertiser B, who has an 80% approval rate, and I make more money of this guy. So the more leads you accept and the more you work for them, the better it is for your business and the more you get. And you also do this by choosing your service areas wisely. So typically you will want to target a bit of a bigger area, not limit yourself to just one postcode or something like that. However, what will happen is if you go too far and wide, you may get jobs that you don't actually want. Let's say, for instance, you're a plumber and someone's toilet broke and they're 100 miles away. You're not going to drive 100 miles to fix someone's toilet, are you? So you do it by choosing your service areas wisely, and that is how you optimize this over time. So it's a very simple yet very effective model. And how you get started on it is pretty straightforward. You need that Google My Business account. So with that same email address through which you created this account, head or at least have an email address that is registered as an admin on the Google My Business account. Just Google local services ads, make an account and check the availability in your area and your industry. There is like a checker at the beginning where it will say what you could, for instance, get for leads and how much you could spend, etc. in your area. If you're not even there, then it's pointless starting because it is not available and you can't run these kinds of ads, okay? Then in the next step, you want to add your billing info, pretty straightforward stuff. Check a niche, may be available, may not be available. And then it gets to the nitty gritty already. You want to set your business hours when you're actually contactable. That is especially important for phone calls. Let's say you are an emergency locksmith or something. Then of course you want it to have it 24/7. Then you set the locations, right? So I would go by postcode. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Just get beforehand a list of all the postcodes that you want to service and pop those in. You want to pop your weekly budget in there and your bid strategy. I recommend maximize leads at the beginning, but further down the line, you may want to adjust this to target CPL. And once this is set up and you've chosen your niche and everything, all the sub-services that you do, because it's not just the niche, right? Let's say, for instance, you are a plumber and maybe you are specialize in underfloor heating and boiler installations only, then those are the two services that you want to choose. Once you've done that, you have to submit your license. So you have to, for various services, of course, be officially accredited. Google wants to know you're officially accredited, so you have to submit that. You have to also submit your proof proof of insurance, because if you go to people's houses and etc., you will have to have some form of business insurance, liability cover that covers that. They will do a background check on you. You will have to link your Google business profile and your reviews, set up some photos as well, potentially a view of your work, etc. So have that ready and upload those. It just adds a little bit more social proof and verifies that. And you will then want to finalize your budget again. You then want to wait a couple of days and it's already live. It's really, really easy to set up, but it's something that just a lot of people don't know about, and also they don't know how to optimize it. And again, really important, get those reviews in, tighten your targeting, but don't make it too tight. You want to approve as many leads as possible and really hustle them leads as good as you can. And over time, you will want to set TCPL, so target cost per leads, for your account. Hopefully this has been helpful. It's a really interesting little thing. The idea of the episode came because I was golfing with a friend a couple of weeks ago who I didn't even know was running Google Ads, and it wasn't really working for him. So we're working on his website now and so on. I'm doing a bit of a favor really. At the same time, we've also started with local services ads last Thursday, and he literally messaged me yesterday morning with the following message, which made me laugh a little bit. He said, local services ads, mate, Jesus Christ, it's very overwhelming. I've got loads of jobs coming in from it, and I'm not even sure how to handle it all. So I asked him if it's all started serving and it's working. He said, yes, it is effing working. Then I told him he might need to lower budgets, and he said he had just yesterday 10 jobs coming in. 10 jobs. He's totally flooded. But that's how easy it could be, and that's how it could work for you. And if you need help with anything of that or any other Google Ads things, just get in touch, jeremy@younganddigital.marketing. You can send me an email, Jeremy Young Google Ads. You'll find me on LinkedIn. You can also book a call via the website, younganddigital.marketing. Just pop to the Calendly form there and just get in touch. And with that, thank you very much for listening. Hopefully this has been helpful and expanded your Google Ads knowledge. There's always something you don't know or something you can learn about, and this is why I created this podcast. And if you like it, please like and subscribe. It really helps the work that I'm doing and bringing this free content to you. And with that, thank you for listening. This has been Jeremy Young, your personal Google Ads expert, and I wish you a happy and productive week ahead.
Thank you for listening to Google Ads Unleashed. To connect with Jeremy, check him out online at www.younganddigital.marketing. We'll see you next time.